first of boats merge your boat in Germany. And then recognize and cross the divide and multiply and dis-
Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah. Oh. Oops.
My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy.
Everybody dance now.
Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-Farce. Cable TV.
Eat remote control, frog face.
Garfarel. Meow. Dominoes.
This book has just the right amount of cheese.
And introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest. Magneto. Mistress Piggy. And not at all breaking the fourth wall. Cesspool. Now, Heritage Press Comics is back with X-Farce Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7 full color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Heritage Press, making the world laugh again. Only on Indiegogo.
Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Friday. It's gone like so fast this week, hasn't it? It's been a crazy week, both in the world, the United States, but we're here to bring some happiness to the world, hopefully, and that's what we're about at Parody Press. My name is Don Chin, and I'll be your host this morning on a kind of a nice little mellow coffee and comics chill stream. So I just want to thank you guys for coming today. We're going to just kind of have probably go about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes this morning. And I wanted to kind of update you on what's going on with the X-Farce campaign, which is the first comic book that I've done in about 13 years. So I've been kind of away from the business for a while, but I've always loved comic books and cartooning. And we're coming back again. My friend and I, Bill Mouse, and my wife, Laura, we started publishing comics in the 90s together. And we had quite a run for about, we published comics probably for about six years. And we did probably a couple hundred different titles during that time. But X-Farce is dear to my heart because it's the first book that Bill Mouse and I worked on together back in 1992 with a company called Eclipse. So what I wanted to do was kind of read to you what's going on with the campaign. We launched the campaign actually last Saturday on Indiegogo. And for some of you that don't know what a campaign is, it's we're doing a crowdfunded comic book. So that means that we get financial backing from people like you, and that helps us to go to press with the book. We set our financial goal fairly low because this is more of a labor of love than it is to, make a fortune with it. And so we actually hit our goal, which I'm really happy to report. It was the goal was only $1,700, and we're at that. But I wanted to just kind of read to you what I had shared with some of the backers that are in our campaign already. And if you go to our xfarce.com, it'll take you to our campaign page. And that's where you can kind of browse what we're doing, find out what we're about, how much you can contribute. You can actually our comic books start at $25 each, and that's autographed, and that also is a 48-page full color graphic novel with no ads. So it's all content. It'll be full color. Print runs on these will probably be fairly low, probably at this point less than 1,000 copies. So it's going to be a good collector's item. I have a feeling that once it gets out there, people will really like it. But we make fun of the X-Men in this book, which you could probably guess. And we actually have 7 different stories about the X-Men. And we poke fun at everything from like the 1960s X-Men all the way up to modern day stories. So a couple days ago, I've been trying to update everybody every day on what our campaign is doing. And I wrote this update on the 6th at 8 in the morning, my time. But for some strange reason, Indiegogo didn't send it out to everybody. That's one of our backer, or either a backer or a follower of our campaign. It didn't go out until like last night. So people got like update number 4 before they got update number 3. And I was kind of scratching my head wondering if my update went to junk mail, because I put in my email address just to make sure that I'm getting a copy of what everybody else is getting. So I put in all this work on this update and I hit, send, and then it didn't go out for like 24 hours, but it is what it is. But I wanted to read it to you and also read you the campaign update number 4 as well. So I said, greetings, friends. Lots of exciting things to report today. We're right at the cusp of making our goal of $1,700 in financial backing for X-Farce Reloaded number 1. We had a good surge yesterday, so let's keep the momentum going. Help us push past 1,700 and beyond, and please support the campaign and back it and help us get the word out on social media. I said we're adding a new sketch card tier by X-Farce co-creator Bill Mouse. You can get a beautiful inked and signed character sketch card by Bill like the one shown below. So I'll kind of show it to you guys. And that's Swarm, who is our satire of the character Storm in the X-Men, if you haven't figured it out. She's kind of got, I think she's got like bee powers or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, it's $50 and be sure to be one of the highlights of your collection or a great gift for that special someone. So if you want to get just the sketch card, you can. Like I said, it's $50 and the shipping's, I think, like $3 for shipping. And it'll come in a nice little protective holder and Bill will sign it. And it'll be the character of his choice. But if you place an order for one and you write me and you say I'd like it to be this character, if it's one of our existing X-Men spoofs, I'm sure that he could probably accommodate you. I said yesterday we showed you some original art from the project, and today we have another treat for you. This is the first page of the overcomplicated and completely unnecessary powerhouse of X, written by Keith Gleason and drawn by Ian Orianto, who are part of the creative team behind the Mighty Mascots, a title we highly recommend. So Ian and Anton Bandy, he's the colorist. They're from Indonesia and they've been working with Keith on Mighty Mascots. I think he's up to like his 6th issue. He's getting ready to release issues 4, 5, and 6, and he's got a really good campaign. If you go to our update page, you can actually click like right here where it says the Mighty Mascots, and it'll take you to Keith's website where you can get back issues of the Mighty Mascots. I think his campaign for the most recent Mighty Mascots is come to a close, but I'm sure that once those issues are printed, you could probably pick up some back issues. But I really like their artwork. It's really kind of clean and kind of manga-esque, And so this story is like a 5-page 5-page humor story in our anthology, and it just kind of goes over what if we poke fun at the most recent 2020 Marvel storyline, which is the X-Men have been, I think they take over an island now, and they've been considered villains. So we just kind of take a pot shot at them. And so this is still yet to be colored, as you can tell, but I think you'll like the artwork. And I said, if you can't get enough X-Farce buzz, we're covered in this nice piece in Indie Comics Underground. You can read the article here. So if you want to read the full interview that I just did, just go to our update page and click that little link, and it'll take you to that article. And just a little snippet. The interviewer asked me. He says, "Your new project X-Farce Reloaded is so much more than just a reprint of the original comic from 1992. Can you give us the rundown of what's inside?" And I said, well, the book is 48 ad-free pages, 7 different X-Men spoofs in full color. First, we spoof 1963 Stanley and Jack Kirby #1 in Unfunny X-Cons The Beginning, complete with a story that looks like it's been aging in your attic for decades. That one is written by me and drawn by Mark Lewis and Kurt Hathaway with new colors by Delphin Barrel. Next is X-Farce, a remastered version of Eclipse Comics X-Farce from 1992 by myself and drawn by Bill Mouse and Bob Hannon. So it's a nice in-depth interview, some good questions they asked me. It's got some sample artwork in the article that you can peruse, but that's the sample page right here from Mark Lewis from the X-Men origin story that we made fun of. And you can kind of see it looks like it's retro colored. And then I did a couple interviews on, it's been so long. On Wednesday, I went on a couple live streams, and we talked with Joe Catapano and his friend. Unfortunately, I can't remember his friend's name at this point, but really talented young guys that are doing projects that are coming out this year. One is called Star Cycle, and it looks kind of like a futuristic anime with motorcycles and kind of a manga-esque style. And then his friend is developing a game. I think it's called Beckoned or something like that. And it's going to be a free kind of a role-playing adventure game. But you can click on the link here, and it'll take you to the interview. It was like about an hour long. And then a couple hours later that night, I got to talk to a guy named Preston Azevedo, who's really talented. He does a comic book called Doc Salem. So I hit him up online, and he said, yeah, come on my show. And he did a nice graphic of me. And it was funny. A lot of times when you go on these shows, they'll do like a nice little thumbnail graphic, and they'll send it to you, and they'll say, if you want to promote your appearance on our show here, you can use this graphic. I'll show you the one that Preston did for me. I have to switch my Twitter account here. I'm going to show you the one that wasn't the very first one that we came up with. Okay, so you can see that's kind of the promo he used. And this is, me smiling with a bunch of the comic books that I did. But the funny one was this one. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but he grabbed my face from I don't know where he grabbed it from. I think he grabbed it from, let's see. He grabbed it from maybe Facebook or something. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Hang on. I'm trying to share. I'm sharing Indiegogo right now. I'm wondering why. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. Let me see if I can share this screen. I apologize. You guys you might not be seeing what I'm seeing on there, but I'm going to try to show you this. Yeah, here we go. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. That was the one that Preston sent me originally. Hi, Ginge. How are you doing? So that was like me unshaven. I think I had my dog with me and I was in my car and I just took a selfie, and for some reason I posted it online and Preston found it. And so he sent me that thumbnail first. And I said, I think I need to send you a different photo. And he explained to me, well, you're a silly guy, Don. I thought you would, you wouldn't mind kind of looking like you weren't too serious. And I laughed when I saw it. I thought just maybe for 10 seconds that I might let that fly, but instead I went with the more refined, one, which is this one right here. Yeah, that's a little. Would you say that's a little more pleasant? Yeah, I think it is. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're talking if the great picture is the unkempt version of Don or the smiling, say cheese version of Don. So, hey guys, I wanted to tell you today. I want to. I was still reading the update, so let me just go back to the update, and I'm gonna go share my update. Go back to the X-Farce page. Yeah, so I was kind of telling you about the streams that I was on. And then the next day, which was yesterday, I did update number 4, which, like I said, if you got here on the show earlier, that update 4 went out before update 3. So anyways, we hit $1,700 yesterday, which is great. We were actually hovering at 1666 for like a day. And, 666 is not a good number. So I kept on going on these streams saying, hey, can you guys get me off the 666 number? Because I don't think that's a good one. So yeah, we're over 1,700 today. And so our next goal obviously would be like $2,000. And every dollar helps for us to expand our publishing venture. So, if you haven't backed the campaign yet, please go and do so. If you want to make a donation, if you're not even, a comic book collector and you just want to say, hey, Don, here's $10 towards what your dream, you can donate as little as you like or as much as you like. So yesterday afternoon, I went on a couple more live streams. One was with Narwhal. I had seen Narwhal on a few different shows and I didn't really know that much about him. So I kind of did some research on his stuff, and he's really good. He's got this kind of a cool minimalist style. That's a black and white, artwork from his book called Foreign Agent, but he's working on a new book called 499. And it sounds really interesting. It's basically about, the Nazis making a pact with aliens, like in World War II. And I think the deal is that the Nazis are going to, the aliens will exchange like weapon technology with the Nazis. And I think that the aliens are, they definitely want the Germans to win. And the aliens go away, but then the Nazis wind up losing. And so the aliens come back. And so the Germans are actually trying to fool the aliens into telling them that they actually won the war. So it sounds like it's got some humor in it. You can go to Indiegogo and look up 499 and you can kind of see his artwork on there. And then on, Bleeding Full, which is a kind of a comic book and movie entertainment website. they gave us some love with a nice article on our campaign this week. So if you want to go to that, you can click on the links that we have on our update page. And so, yeah, there's just a little snippet of their coverage on us. So today I wanted to have an auction on my on our stream. And when we did our, when we did our launch show, which was on, hi Candace, good morning. When we did our launch stream on Sunday, we had about 6 different creators on our show, and they were so generous. We had Delphin Barrel, Bill Mouse, Michael Gracia. All these guys are veteran illustrators. And so Delphin, who lives in New York, he's a great commercial artist. And so he says, yeah, I want to donate some sketches for the campaign. So he actually mailed me, oh, this one's a good one. So Tangerine, one of our, I think Ray might have won this, or Candace. This is the original to Tangerine. I just got this like FedEx last night. We heard a knock on our door. It was dark, and it was the FedEx guy. And so Delphin sent me a whole package of sketches, and Tangerine is one of them. And this one has already been acclaimed by one of our viewers in the, I'm not sure if they're in the chat right now. But what I want to do is, at the end of the show, I'll do a 5-minute auction. And let me see which one I want to do today. I think I'll do 8-Ball today. 8-Ball's in X-Farce. He's one of the characters in that book, and he's a parody of the character Cannonball from the New Mutants. And I guess he winds up in X-Force with by Rob Liefeld. So 8-Ball is going to be the sketch today, and we'll start the bidding at a very affordable $5, and shipping and handling will be $5. Oh, you say 20? Okay. Candace, you got to go. Okay, guys. I will go ahead and do an auction now, and I might do one at the end of the stream, depending on how many people that we have on here. So I'm going to count down from 5 all the way down to 0, and whoever has the highest bid in there will be the winner of this piece. And you don't have to be a backer to participate in this auction. You can bid on this whether you've backed it already or not. So if you are the one that wins and you're not somebody that I've had contact with, you can leave me your contact info in the chat, and I'll email you like a PayPal request, or you can send me the money via PayPal. That's kind of the way that we like to do payments here. So here we go, guys. First auction for today might be, I don't know if it'll be the only one, but I'm going to go ahead and count down because Candace has to go to work or be somewhere. So anyways, here we go, guys. Here's the auction for 8-Ball by Delphin Barrel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and enter if you haven't already. Candace, I think you won because I don't see anybody else. Let me just, I'm afraid if I refresh, I'm going to go away from this stream, which wouldn't be good. So anyways, Candace, at this point, you appear to be the winner. I appreciate that. And I will put it along with all the other good stuff that you won from us in other streams. Candace cleaned up. She was on our pre-launch stream, and she won like 6 or 7 free comic books from Parody Press's archive. So I'm going to make a note here, Candace, that you won 8-Ball for $20. Okay. We'll settle that later, Candace. I know how to get a hold of you. Thank you so much for your support. Ray, thank you for being our moderator. I really appreciate it. All right. So a couple other things I want to show you guys that, from the campaign is, now, since we're talking about original artwork and people are buying sketches. We have more of the finished artwork for sale. And this is a beautiful piece by Bill Mouse that is the cover, and it's it's drawn on artboard. It's approximately 11 by 17, 11 by 18. So this is still for sale. It's available on the campaign, and right now I think I have it priced like at $600, which for a cover actually is not. Oh, thank you, Ginge. Thanks for. I appreciate you, Ginge. What's your site? Can you list your site on the chat, and I'll put it in the I'll put it on the screen. Can I put? Yeah, you can post the link. Oh, Ray has to give her approval because when you're not a moderator, I think this chat doesn't allow you to post links. But anyways, beautiful piece by Bill. Let me kind of show you what it's based on. So this was X-Farce. Sorry for all the glare there. This was the original X-Farce cover that Bill did back in '92 when we worked for Eclipse. So you've got all the characters, from this 1992 cover, but he's become a much more refined artist since 1992. So you kind of see how much he's advanced in his career for the last, almost 28 years ago. I feel pretty old. So yeah, Bill did this cover 28 years ago. It was his very first professional work. And now, look at all the detail in this cover compared to, this. All yours for a measly $600. But that also includes a comic book with the original, all our original artwork. If you buy it, you'll get a copy of X-Farce Reloaded, so you can actually see, what the book after it was published, what the artwork was in. So that's, if I had money to spend, I would definitely consider getting Bill's cover because I think he's really talented. And then Ginge, does that help you, Ginge? At Ginge. Okay, so Ginge, I guess if people want to see Ginge's social media and her website, or Ginge, I'm not sure if you're a man or woman. I apologize, but if you want to see Ginge's stuff, you can go to either, I guess that might be Twitter, or I don't know if at Ginge is your Twitter or your Instagram, but that's okay. So Ginge and Ray are working out the post, so they'll get it. Hey, Adam, good to see you. Good morning. Adam is a great comic book supporter of ours. He's got a book out right now called Epic Mermaids. I got to have Adam on this show. I just was on his show earlier this week. I'm a little hoarse, Adam. Us old guys, we got to stay hydrated. It's like you go on these shows and you talk like for an hour straight. And when you do like 2 or 3 of these a day, you start to get a little fatigued in the vocal cords. So I've got water and coffee, and my coffee's starting to get a little cold. But Adam goes way back in the 90s as well. He did comic books, not just parody books like spoof comics, but he did superheroes and autobiography comics. And so if you get a chance, you can go to Adam's YouTube page and you can see the interview that we did. All right, so patchworkcomics.com. Hi, Ginge. He's a guy. When I see Ginge, I think of Ginger from Gilligan's Island. I used to have a big crush on Ginger. Ginge, do you have red hair? Is that why they call you Ginge? Or is this just the pen name, Ginge Gingerton? That sounds like it's like a stage name. So yeah, check out patchworkcomics.com. In fact, I might just pull it up to give you some love. Let's see. Pulling up your website. Oh, nice. That's pretty nice. I'm going to share this Ginger's site here. Hang on, guys. Okay. Ginge, who's in our chat, is also a comic book creator. And this is their launch of their website. They've got a book called Patchwork Comics Presents Alphonse the Dog Detective. Wow, funny animals, right up my alley. It's kind of a cool, I like the lighting on the coloring on here. You've got kind of like a cool side right here and then kind of a warmer side over here. And then there's another book called Grind, which looks kind of like a crazy Western, because not only do you have this kind of old Western building, you got a bad guy in black riding what looks like a dinosaur. So it's like cowboys and dinosaurs. That's pretty cool. So you can, okay. So if you want to click on these, you can see their work. Wow, what a price. This is only $1. Are these the true prices? Is this for a digital version, or would you actually ship us a physical version? It says add to cart. Maybe Ginge, can you tell us if it's if those are okay? Go to the news section. Let me go to that, back to there again. Where was I? Oh, check out news. Okay. So view post. So Matthew Foster posts on the 5th of January. We're proud to announce the release of Patchwork News, a place for all you indie creators in their crowdfunding endeavors. So, so is this like, Ginge, is this, so are you selling these books? Are you the publisher, or are you just promoting them? Because I was a little confused. I thought they might be your books. You can explain, or we might have you come on this show. It says, in a world of cats and dogs, one dog gets his day. Private Detective Alphonse and his unhelpful sidekick Scooter are hired by a widow searching for her husband's killer. Very interesting, guys. And then we've got Grind. Life in the Sandbowl is hard, but life for a contractor is harder than most. Danny and Curtis put it all on the line to protect their employers. So, so Grind is only $1 too. So folks, if you're in the chat and you want to check out these comics that are only $1, I mean, how can you go wrong, whether it's physically printed or, a PDF file? That's dirt cheap for a comic book adventure. So Ginge, best of luck with these projects, and I hope you get a good response on them. Anything I can do to help you, I will gladly do that. If you want to, send me a link on Twitter, I'll retweet it. So let me go back here. Okay, so Ginge says the 2 books on the homepage are their books. Yeah, good job. Those are 2 good debut titles. I mean, they look very professional, and the concepts are, not your standard funny animal or Western fare. When you put in dinosaurs with cowboys instead of horses, I mean, how can you go wrong? It should be quite entertaining. Okay, so yeah, right now he says they're digital books. So that means if you add it to your cart, normally the process is that you go there and then you'll check out and typically get the books fairly quickly because they're just emailed to you from the publisher rather than shipped, through the mail. Oh, my post is on your site. Oh, it's under the news section. I understand. So let me go back to their site because I think we're actually on there. So I'll go back to patchworkcomics.com. So I'm going to the home page. And then you said news. Okay, so I didn't scroll down far enough. That's probably so he's talking about She by our good friend Billy Tucci. He's done great. Actually, I'm gonna be on like one of his stream shows in a couple weeks to promote X-Farce. And then you've got Hammerella, which is by Ryan Wynn. Nice looking artwork. Lady Satan, written and illustrated by Lucifer Storm. I don't think that's his real name. Oh, that's nice. Nice black and white artwork. I like the use of the shadows. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Mark Mulgrave, for the love. January 7th. I did not see this yet. I will definitely put this on a future update page, Ginge, that you guys covered us. You know, you show our cover by Bill, and then the executive colossal executive box that we have. And that's on our page as well. If you want to go whole hog and spend $200, you'll get all 3 variants, and then you'll get a metal lunchbox, ceramic mug, and actual sketch card by Bill Mouse for $200. And all the comics are autographed free of charge. Hey, and we even got a like on there. Can I like that right now? Yep, I liked it. Cool. Yeah, so you can check out other indies. I'm going to be playing a trailer that we were actually featured on. Not a trailer, but a little snippet from another show by Unqualified Comics. And so in just a moment, I'm going to play you. It's about a 9-minute program, and they give a lot of love to different people that I'm also supporting, like Kami Mark. He's got a book called Not Daredevil, and he's from the UK, and he's a really cool dude. I was on his show. They also cover Black Flag by Dan Fraga, and Dan is an old 90s vet like me, and he's doing great with his crowdfunding. And we kind of have a connection, Dan and I. Some of the artists that work with him are actually on my book as well. So I thought that would be kind of cool to see. Yeah, I think the only other thing I wanted to show you before we look at Unqualified video is another piece. Let me take you off here for a second, Ginge. And what else can I show you guys? Yeah. So Mark Lewis, who is the guy that did the Simon, I'm not Simon. I always get Simon and Kirby mixed up with Lee and Kirby. But back in the 1990s, Mark Lewis, who did our X-Cons cover and the X-Con story that's in X-Farce, he did a nice tight pencil sketch of his cover. Gosh, that's really bright. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you can see that. This is actually on our campaign as well, a scan of this. But this is the actual original that Mark is going to be allowed for sale. So if you want to own this and it's signed by him, you get this and the comic book that that we are going to publish. So let me just go over to our campaign page, and I'll kind of show you the probably a little bit easier thing to read here. Yeah, let me go to the main page. Okay, so Mark's here's Mark's little thumbnail of his cover, which sells for $25. But I'll scroll down a little bit further, and you can kind of see what this pencil drawing was for. Yeah, so the drawing that we're sending, that you're able to buy, is this is the preliminary sketch that he used to compose this final piece. He's not selling the final piece that's inked. So the best thing that you can get if you're a Mark Lewis collector would be this, this layout that he did. And it's beautiful. I mean, Mark he's really a perfectionist, and he's a professional animator now. So he did all the typography on this, and he has the X-Men logo that looks just like, X-Cons looks like the old X-Men logo. And then all this typography in the middle, that's all his work. He even, duplicated the Comics Code Authority. If you look up really close, it says approved by the Comics Code Authority, but then he writes not even approved across the top. And then along the bottom, it usually old comics like in the 60s would have like this little type along the bottom of the Comics Code, and I think it would say like the letters IND for some reason. But I said, well, why don't we just put duh? So the words DUH with an exclamation point are down there, and then instead of it being X-Men #1, it's the X-Cons #1, but I put April 1st. You can see that right there in the center. We thought, oh, well, why don't we make it April 1st? That makes it even a little more funny. So this is his take on an X-Men cover from the 60s, and it's actually a homage to X-Men #4, I believe, which is the first appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And instead of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, we called it the Brotherhood of Vile Misfits. And you've got Toad. Instead of Toad, you have the toe. You've got the hamster mind. Magneto is the guy in the center. And then you have Quacksilver and the Scarlet Wrench. And then here's all the X-Cons along the bottom, looking like they're overwhelmed. You got Professor Baldy, Snowcone, Dumbcoughs, Beastie Boy, Jeannie Gray, and then the Anglo, which is the winged character right there. So yeah, so that's Mark's cover. And then if you looked at right here, if you want to buy the sketch, it's $325. And also we have interior pages by Mark and Kurt Hathaway available as well. Only 3 of these are for sale because Kurt actually is the one that's willing to sell his pages because he inked it. And so he got a few pages for sale. So if you want to buy either pages 7, 9, or 10, you can for $500. And those will be signed by Kurt, and they come with the comic book. So if you're a Mark Lewis fan, that's the place to go to get his stuff. All right, let's see. So we've got a few people still here in the chat, and I'm going to I want to just share with you, the kindness of a fan called Unqualified Comics. He sent me an email and he said, "Hey, we covered you in my show. Would you, just want you to check it out." So he sent me a link, and so I'm gonna play this and we can watch it. I'm not sure if my audio is muted during sharing videos or not, but I might comment along and kind of show you what we got. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you this, and it runs about 9 minutes long, and you can kind of see the we're featured, I think, maybe the second book. All right. Make it large.
Previously on Indiegogo.
Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is Last Week on Indiegogo for the week ending in January 3rd. Let's review 5 comic book campaigns on Indiegogo. Generally, I review comic book campaigns that have just started in the previous week, but one of them might be a campaign that is about to close or fulfill, so keep an eye out for these books. Let's get started. Number 1, Shadow of the Kraken. This campaign is being run by Vinnie Tartamella out of the United States and has already reached its flexible funding goal in the first day. Shadow of the Kraken is a pirate adventure story set in the 1700s. Vinny's art, in particular his faces and figures, is gorgeous and is put on display prominently in the campaign page. Vinny has run several successful Indiegogo campaigns such as Through the Woods and City of Venus, all of them having been fulfilled. The book is advertised at 50 pages for $25, which is a bit expensive, but kind of typical for most new crowdfunded comics. There are 4 major stretch goals advertised right now. At $25K, there's a bookmark added. At $35K, a new mini print. At $50K, more pages of art. And at $75K, an ash can. Shadow the Kraken is a bit of a pricey investment for 50 pages, but the art is fantastic, and there are not many adventure genre books on Indiegogo, so it's worth taking a look at. Number 2, X-Farce, Reloaded number 1.
My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy. Everybody dance now. Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-Farce. Cable TV.
Eat remote.
This campaign is being run by Don Chin out of the United States and is at $1,292 funded as of this recording. The book is a 48-page graphic novel that parodies the X-Men comic books. The book itself is broken up into several short parody comics which pokes fun at X-Men number 1, X-Force, The New Mutants, and even Jonathan Hickman's X-Book run, which alone might be worth the price of admission for me. The book is advertised at 48 pages for $25 and has the following stretch goals. At $15K, everyone gets an X-Farce color magnet. At $25K, an X-Farce holographic sticker. At $30K, a Beard Zerker color poster. At $50K, exclusive X-Farce cesspool whoopee cushion. And at $75 and $100K, there are mystery perks that have yet to be revealed. X-Farce Reloaded is rather pricey an investment for a 48-page parody book, but I might just get it alone for the Jonathan Hickman parody. I really hate the current X-Men run. Number 3, Not Daredevil Universe.
Not Daredevil's got everything you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got action, a little romance, and it's about something.
Run out of the United Kingdom by YouTuber Kami Mark, Not Daredevil Universe is yet another parody, this time of the public domain version of Daredevil. The campaign advertises 2 primary books, Not Daredevil Origins and Not Daredevil versus the KKK. Both books are to be 30 pages or more, with the origin story selling for $11 and the versus book selling for $14. The greatest draw to this campaign is not the books, but the hilarious campaign page itself. A bunch of parody perks that lampoon modern comics. I'm not going to spoil the fun, but if you've been keeping up with comic book news, then I recommend just reading through the campaign for a couple laughs, even if you aren't interested in the book. There are 2 stretch goals advertised. At $2.5K, there's going to be stickers and a physical print added to all of the perks. And at $15K, again, not sure if this is dollars or pound sterling, a backup story will be added, which grows the books to 40 pages plus. Not Daredevil Universe is honestly worth just looking at for the hilarious perks, but the overall value of the book makes it also a solid campaign, especially for backers looking for parody comic books. Number 4, Requiem of the Crazies, number 3.
I'm going to speed through Requiem, not because I don't like it, but I just wanted to kind of show you the other campaign that kind of pertains to ours, and that's Dan Fraga's Black Flag, which is, I think it's kind of, it might have come to an end already, but you might still be able to buy it. So here we go.
I created Black Flag back in 1994. It was pure escapism. I want to draw guys with big guns.
Run by Dan Fraga out of the United States, Black Flag was funded virtually in minutes and closed out in the summer with $165,839 raised in its main campaign period. Dan Fraga is well known as a comic book artist from the 90s that got his start in Rob Liefeld's Extreme Studios. Black Flag was his creation from back in the 90s, revived a la Cyberpunk style for the nude crowdfunding generation. This campaign advertises a 48-page full-color graphic novel as its primary perk. This book will be book one of a 4-part story, so expect to pick up 3 more books to finish the story. Every stretch goal except for the final 200K goal has been met. These are perfect binding for the book, a #1 issue cover poster, stickers, trading cards for the card add-on, Black Flag issue 0.5 added to all perks, a digital download of Dan Fraga's mixtape. I wanted to bring this up as the campaign is nearing the fulfillment stage and is still in demand. At the current price of $25 for all the unlocked stretch goals, Black Flag Pineapple Perception is now a great deal. And if you were consider picking it up, now would be a great time. That's it for last week on Indiegogo for the week ending in January 3rd, 2021. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you have a comment about last week on Indiegogo, leave it down below, and I will see you next time.
Previously.
Yeah, so that's a guy named Dan who runs Unqualified Comics channel, and I really appreciate him doing us a favor and kind of getting the word out there. Dan actually wrote me and he backed the campaign, so he got us closer to 1,800. So I wanted to thank him. He'll probably catch this on a replay, but I kind of interacted with him and some of the people on his channel, telling them, you know, if you could support us, that'd be great. I'll give you a little bonus if you mention Unqualified Comics. So go to his channel and check out his, I think he does this maybe every week or so, that kind of a preview type of show. And I thought that would be kind of cool for you guys to see. But the tie into Black Flag, which is a phenomenal looking book, which I actually backed as well. Kurt Hathaway, who is the artist letterer on quite a few of our books. He normally letters most of our books, but X-Cons might have been one of the first times he inked. And he's been a comic book letterer for like ages. He's done hundreds of books, maybe thousands at this point. I'm not sure. But, you know, he's worked for Marvel and DC. And somehow he came to work for us. I think I met him through Eclipse Comic Books. And Kurt has a website called Cartoon Balloons. I think it's cartoon-balloons.com. And you can go to his website, and he does, you know, services for comic book creators like logos. And he does, he'll even do promotional videos. He's very talented with video editing. And he lettered most of our Parody Press and Entity comic books back in the 90s. And he's lettering a lot of the X-Farce Reloaded books. But Kurt actually worked with Dan Fraga. I'm not sure if he was the letterer on Black Flag, but Kurt and Dan worked with Rob Liefeld at Rob's Extreme Studios in the 90s. And so it was kind of weird because Kurt was working for Rob and he was working for us, and we were parodying a lot of Rob's stuff. So we had the same letterer working for us that Rob had doing his books, which kind of gave, I think, our books kind of a flair that other parodies didn't, because lettering is a big part. If you don't have a good letterer, comic books kind of look they can look either really good or they can look really bad depending on the lettering. So lettering is very complementary to the artwork, more so than I think people understand. It's quite an art to be a good letterer. So anyways, the thing that I wanted to bring up is that on Dan's campaign, I was following it, and the thing that got me to sign up, besides Dan being a nice guy, is, you know, he's got this kind of cool over the top, larger than life style, you know, lots of action, really detailed line work. You know, you can just tell this book is almost at $200,000. So he's not hurting for financing right now. But further on in the campaign, I mean, the campaign's been going for several months, but they announced this limited cover by a guy named Rob Willis. And if you can see, I mean, not all the artwork on Dan's campaign is like incredibly cool. But when I saw this piece by Rob, who I really wasn't familiar with Rob, because I've been, like I said, away from the industry for like almost 13 years. I said, who the heck is this guy? He's like, back in the 90s, there were a couple of guys that Image had working for them that were very popular. One was a guy named Dale Keown, and he worked on a book called The Pit, and that was his own creator-owned title. I think he might be coming back, but after Dale did Pit, he went on to do this really great run on The Incredible Hulk. And if you can imagine a person who draws like this doing The Incredible Hulk, that's kind of what Dale Keown did. And then Rob found another guy by the name of Stephen Platt, who, when his work came out on a book called Prophet, all the fans just kind of went goo goo gaga, because he put in so much detail in his work. It was just like amazing. So here's Rob. Rob Willis is like, I looked at his artwork on this cover, and then I saw his other work that he's doing. Like, he's working on Graveyard Shift 3 right now, and he's got another book called Shinobi Sasquatch, and I think he's working on another book called Replicators. I just said, I got to reach out to this guy, because I would love for him to do a cover for us. And lo and behold, I reached out to Rob, and he said, yeah, man, I'd love to do some work for you, but I'm like 4 months out. I'm so busy right now. So I said, okay, well, I'll wait. So we gave him a deposit, and now Rob is finally starting to work on our X-Farce cover. But in the meantime, what I did was I am on our campaign page, because I don't have any artwork for Rob yet. I just had to put in a photo of him. so if you go to our xfarce.com page and you want to buy a Rob Willis cover, believe me, this is not going to be the cover, him and his dog. Although I kind of teased on some of these shows that I've been on that it would be really funny to advertise a Rob Willis cover and just have a photo of Rob on it, not his artwork, but just Rob. But everybody says he works out. He's really fit. So I don't know. Maybe Rob will let us print a photo of him on the back cover. I'll have to reach out to him. But if you want to sign up for the featured tier, that you would get all 3 covers, which would be Bill Mouse's cover, Mark Lewis's X-Con's cover, and then Rob Willis's cover, which is still to be turned into us. Hopefully in the next week, I'll be able to post you guys some of Rob's work. And then this New Mutants cover is the one that's going to be on the back cover. So at this point, I have only sold 1 extra Rob Willis cover, but I know once we get his artwork, I'm sure that will go up quite a bit. Other than that, guys, I think I'm going to be closing up the stream. Any questions out there? Ray says Frog is great. Yes, he is. He's really good. As far as other interviews this weekend, I've got a podcast that I'm doing with somebody. I think it's called. I'll put it on my social media, because I think he's going to do the interview with me at around noon Pacific time, and then I think he edits it, and then when it's ready to broadcast, he'll send me a link. So at this point, I don't know the details on when it's going to air, but I do know that tomorrow I will be on a show called The Gospel of Comics, and it's on YouTube. I'll post a little link to it. Actually, I think I have a banner. Yeah. So 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on with a guy named Church, and his co-host is Ayrton McCartney. And these guys reached out to me. I think they tweeted something about hamsters, like about a year ago. And then I just started interacting with them, and they had said, oh, we do a show on YouTube, and, we do it every week, and we'd love to have you on as a guest. So I've made 3 or 4 different appearances on this show, but they're really good guys. They're comic book fans, a little salty. So, not for, sometimes not for kids because of the language, but they've been supporters of our campaign from the get-go. So I really wanted to throw them some love. Let me see if I can show you their page real quick. Gospel Comics. There we go. Okay, guys. So yeah, if you go on YouTube and you just type in Gospel of Comics, up here, it'll take you to their site. I mean, they've got literally hundreds of shows that they've done. Nice. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me today. I hear my dogs barking, and I need to go let them out so they can go potty. Ginge, thank you for being here. Ray, thank you for being my trusty moderator. It helps that Ray's in the same time zone as me here on the West Coast. He's actually just like a stone's throw away in real life. I'll have to meet you one of these days, Ray, in person. But I'm gonna take you guys out and leave you with a little fun video. So you guys have a great day, good weekend, and please back the book if you haven't, or spread the love. We'd love to have some more support. And until next time, have a great day.